prompt.
Hello, everybody. We are live. Let us know. We are setting up Instagram right now. Let us know if you can hear us, if you can see us. We are in a new location tonight. In case you guys didn't hear or see, we actually moved, so things have been pretty crazy, but we are here. We are moved in, and we are just super happy to be here. So how is everybody tonight? Looks like we had a lot of people waiting. Daniela's here. Hey, girl. Courtney, Julia, Chloe, Vania. So great to see you guys. Thanks so much for being here. Guys, it is our web-appiversary tonight, or today, rather. How many years is it, honey?
3 years.
3 years. 3 years. I'm not good with doing the opposite angle. Okay. The mirror image. 3 years, guys. We are just so happy, so grateful, so blessed to be here serving you guys. We have grown a lot as a company in the last 3 years. What all have we done? We've done so much. I don't even know. We've added eBay integration, bank integration, Poshmark integration, multi-eBay store integration. We've made the user interface a whole lot easier and simple to use. We've added a really intuitive reporting. Tons of reporting. That's right.
Setup,
detailed
instructions, walkthrough instructions.
You know this better than I do.
Mercari integration.
Mercari integration. Woo! That was one of the things that we were going to announce. Well, we already did announce a couple of days ago, but for any of you guys who did not get the memo, this week, guys, we just launched Mercari integration, and we are just super excited about that. And you know, we realize most people who sell on Mercari, they're not full-time Mercari sellers. They're full-time like on another platform, and you know, then they kind of supplement with Mercari. So but you know, every little bit of automation is important and helpful, and we're excited about that, and we are just getting started, guys. We got a lot more exciting things that we have for y'all in the next coming months. We're going to share one of those things tonight with you guys. But yeah, Courtney says super excited too about the Mercari integration. That's awesome, Courtney. But yeah, we have some other, one exciting announcement that we're going to share with you guys tonight, and then some other things that we're going to be rolling out in the next few months that we're not going to tell you about tonight. I want to, but Paul's like, we should wait. So we're going to do that.
It's good to wait.
It is good to wait. Yes. But and then Evie, we have, she's our moderator on here, and she's going to be logging in here soon. So definitely say hello to her. She's just going to be helping with answering some of your guys' questions and sharing just important announcements and things that are coming up. So, guys, how is everybody doing? Let us know in the chat. How are you guys doing with the whiplash of, for any of you guys who sell on Poshmark, the fees going back and forth? And also, I just heard that Mercari, is that the president, the CEO, is stepping down after a long time. So who knows what's going to be, you know, happening with that, if there's going to be some shifts, you know, with the platform. But how's everybody doing with sales, with reselling in general? Let us know. Let us know in the chat.
Yeah, and you know, we should probably get started on the demo.
Should we? Well, I mean, I think that we should do a giveaway first because it's our web-appiversary.
That's a good idea.
Yes.
Start off with something exciting.
Okay, yes. Are you set up to do a giveaway?
I can be set up real quick.
Okay, yes, you can, because you're the tech guy. All right, and we have, how many people do we have in here right now? About 21? All right, hopefully we'll get some more folks in here. Guys, who wants to do a giveaway? Let us know. And what do you think? Should we do the, what about 3 years? Hashtag 3 years.
Ooh, yeah. All right, let me share my screen.
All right. Teacher Treasure Chest says sales have been good. That's awesome. Good. I'm glad to hear it, guys. Guys, feel free to share any of your reselling stories, any thoughts that you guys have. Like we get on here to share about how Genie can help you, but like we're very interested in the lives of resellers too, and just like what's going on with you guys. So, all right. So guys, for a giveaway, let me tell you what we're doing. Drop first though, type hashtag 3 years into the chat. That's going to automatically enter you in to win this. And we are
and it's 3 the number.
Yes, thank you. 3 the number, not spelled out. Okay, and can you guys see this? I need you to move a little bit back here. Why don't you hold half of it? All right, guys, we're going to be giving away one of our coveted My Reseller Genie totes. It's huge. We can't even get the whole thing on the camera here. Oh, there you go. Is that better? Yeah, that's pretty good. It has 4 handles, and everybody just loves our bags. They're not only beautiful, but they are very, very convenient for things like taking trips to the post office. And going thrifting, doing laundry, going to the grocery store, all of those things. So go ahead, drop that in the chat. Nicole says it's the best. Good, guys. Yes, drop in the number 3 years in the chat, and we are going. Oh, Chloe says I have one from Posh Fest. That's awesome, Chloe. I have 2 already. Bear Kitty, how many have you won? Have you won any from these giveaways, or have we just sent them to you when we do like our big bag blast to our customers? Let me know. I'm so happy that you're here again. Like, it's always great when you're here with us. Okay, only one from okay. All right. That's awesome. All right, let's do 5 more seconds here, guys. Drop in the chat real quick. Hashtag 3 years, the number 3, and then you can win a free Genie bag. We will ship it to you for free. Let's do 5, 4,
3, 2, 1.
Let's see who's it gonna be here. Chloe.
Congratulations, Chloe.
And now you have a second one. So you got your first one from Posh Fest, and now you're going to get a second one. Congrats, girl. That's awesome. All right. Okay, guys, so this is how it's going to go. Several of you guys have been here with us for these demos before. Again, it is our web-appiversary, so we're going to be doing a few more giveaways than normal. We're going to be giving away a few months of My Reseller Genie, a few more bags. So stay tuned for that. But we are going to be giving you guys a demo of how to use My Reseller Genie, and then also we're going to be answering your guys' questions. So maybe you just signed up for Genie, maybe you've been with us for a while, maybe you're on the fence and you haven't signed up. Any and all questions, no question is stupid. We're here for you guys. We're doing this just completely like on our what's the word? Not on our time. What am I thinking? Just because we care about you guys, our customers, and we want to be here for y'all. So, yeah, should we just dive in?
Yeah,
dive into the demo.
It.
Oh, and then I guess we've already been talking about a lot. You do some of the demo, and then we'll just give you guys a brief history about like how we got started with this in a little bit. But let's maybe get into some demo first. Does that sound good?
Yeah, it sounds like
okay.
A plan.
All right. Sounds
good. Okay, so this is what you're going to see when you first sign up for Genie. Like you've paid your subscription, you get logged into the web application, and it just highlights 2 things for you. 1, it highlights the Get Started tab, and 2, it highlights the Help tab, or icon, I should say. So Get Started, that's where you're going to go when you want to set up your Genie, and this little message icon, you can type in questions. It'll try and find an article for you, or you can say like agent and send us a message directly, and we'll get back to you in 24 hours or less. Okay, so for Get Started, this is really exciting. We added this earlier this year. You click Start Setup. We have this interactive guide to help you get into My Reseller Genie. Mm-hmm. So the first question it asks you is the most foundational accounting question for resellers, and that's how you account for your inventory. So are you using the accrual inventory method or the cash inventory method? If you're not sure, you can say, I don't know what's the difference, and it'll link you to an article that talks through the difference between the 2.
Yep. And Kimber Cruz just commented. She said that I've been with you guys for a while and just haven't sat down and used it. It's okay. We get it. But this is why we're here. So take notes. Also, guys, this is going to be recorded on our YouTube channel. So you can like literally, like have 2 screens set up side by side and just, watch what we're doing here and like, go on your Genie and kind of get set up with it. So take notes, Kimber Cruz.
All right, so first I'm going to select accrual inventory method just because that adds an extra element to Genie. And once I click next, it's going to give you a notice about just what Genie is, what inventory in Genie is meant to reflect, and that's what you physically have in inventory. So you only want 1 copy of each inventory item in Genie, because if you have duplicates, then it's not going to be good for your accounting. So only import inventory from 1 platform, or if you've already been tracking your inventory in a spreadsheet, then you can upload that list. We'll get to that later. But the big thing here is if you're importing inventory from one of your platforms, only do it from 1, because I'm assuming you're cross-posting. Pretty much everyone's cross-posting, right? All right, so I'm going to say, I understand. And then the first or the second question it asked me is, do you sell on eBay? So I'm going to say yes, click next, and it's going to ask me to name the sale platform. So since I only have one eBay account, I'm just going to call it eBay because when the sales get pulled in, they're going to be tagged with that name. Now, if you have two eBay accounts you want to connect, it might be nice to use like your specific store name for each one, just so you can differentiate the sales from each account. So I type in my password to connect. It's thinking, it brings me back and says, okay, you are connected to your eBay account. So do you want to import inventory or sales? You have a little drop down here so you can select either one. Now I'm going to say, let's import inventory from eBay. So it's going to send that request. It'll load for a couple seconds, and then it'll tell me, great, your inventory import has started. You want to import sales next. So I'm going to say yes, and it takes me straight to sales. Now with Genie, you can import as early as January of the prior year. So I'm going to select that and then click import sales. And for the ending date, it just defaults to the current month. So I'm assuming, you want to import everything through today, and that's what this will do. So that'll take a couple minutes to think too, or a couple seconds rather. And then it tells us, great, both imports have started. Let's move on to the next step. It's going to ask if you have additional eBay stores to integrate. I'm going to say no, because I don't have extra ones to do. When you first sign up, it's going to prompt you to select the number of accounts you have or stores that you have for eBay. So most likely you won't run into this if you already put in the right number there. But if you have extra stores and you didn't sign up for extra stores, it'll prompt you to upgrade your plan. For each additional eBay store you want to integrate, it's an extra $5 per month.
Hey guys, can y'all let me know really quick? I'm typing on my computer, engaging with the Instagram crowd. Can you guys let me know? Is that really loud? Do you just hear like a lot of click, click, click in the background? It seems quieter this time around, but let me know in the chat here. Let me type something real quick. Keep going.
Okay. All right. So next up, do you sell on Poshmark? So I'm going to say yes, and I'll click next. Now it's going to prompt me to log into Poshmark. I'm not going to go through this whole process just because you don't need to see me type in my passwords because it's the same import process as eBay. One thing I will say is if you don't have our web extension, you're going to get a little message that says, hey, click on this button to go download the extension. You're going to need that for both Poshmark and Mercari. And once you've downloaded the extension, you need to come back and you need to refresh your browser. Okay. And don't worry about refreshing because you can just click resume setup and it'll take you right back to where you were. So you won't lose anything. All right. Now just to move forward without spending time logging into my Poshmark account, I'm going to say no. And it's going to ask, do you sell on Mercari? And now that we have Mercari integration, it will prompt you to log into Mercari. Now, right now, our Mercari integration is it's in beta testing. So if you don't want to do this, like if you don't want to use the integration, that's totally fine. You can still upload Mercari reports, which I'll come back to later. But if you want something that's a little bit more seamless and will save you some time, you can do it this way. Now, again, I'm just going to buzz through this instead of spending time logging into my Mercari account. All right. The next question, do you sell on other platforms or have an existing spreadsheet you'd like to upload? So if I say yes, it's going to tell me, hey, you can upload sales, you can upload inventory. Remember earlier I was saying if you track inventory already in one of your spreadsheets, you can upload it. This is where you would upload it. Now, if you have other platforms where maybe you just make a couple sales here and there and you don't want to try and figure out how to do uploads, don't worry about it. You can just click no and then move on here. And then you can manually enter those sales later. Because I've talked to some folks and it's like, hey, it's easier for me to figure out just manually recording, 20 sales instead of trying to do an upload. And I totally get that. It's fine. All right. So now it's going to ask, do we have a bank account or credit card that we want to connect to Genie? So if you're on the basic plan, you're not going to see this question because only the premium and ultimate plans connect to bank accounts and credit cards. But again, I'll just show you. If you click yes, it'll prompt you to name the account. I'll just say Chase and then start date. I'll put January 1st of this year.
I love the bank integration. It simplifies things drastically.
Then I click connect. It's going to take me to Plaid's portal, which is the company that Genie uses to allow us to integrate with all these different banks. There's over 12,000 institutions that are supported. Definitely the big ones tend to all be supported. If you have like a local bank or credit union or something, you can ask us and we'll do a search to let you know if it's showing up in the list here. I will say, generally speaking, if there's ever problems, it's usually with the smaller banks, as you would expect. But yeah, we can look and see if your bank is in the list. And one other thing so different banks have different restrictions on how far back we can pull data. So we'll try and pull back to whatever your start date is, but the bank might just limit that. So if that's the case, you can upload bank statements to Genie or manually record them depending on how many transactions you have to get in. All right, so I'm going to click no here just to move forward. It asks, do you have any other expenses you want to upload? So this is like if maybe you have a list of expenses in a spreadsheet that you want to upload. You can say yes here and then upload a file and map it to the columns in Genie. All right, and then I'm seeing this because I selected the accrual inventory method at the beginning. Basically, this is just telling us it's really important to update the purchase price and purchase date for your inventory and sales if you're using the accrual inventory method, because Genie uses all that information to help give you accurate reports on your inventory costs. Now, there's two ways you can do that. You can either manually do it, or there's a bulk edit feature in Genie that you can edit with a spreadsheet format, if that's easier for you. And there's instructions linked right here. So I'm going to click I understand. It says, hey, did you just do what I was telling you to do? I'm going to say yes. And then boom, we just finished setup.
Woo! Level up.
Level up. So the first thing you see once you finish setup is this keeping up with your books notification. So it gives you big picture overview. Hey, you need to keep up with inventory, sales and refunds, and expenses. And there's a link here. It'll link based on whatever plan you have to an article that goes through, hey, if you're using the accrual inventory method, here's how to keep up with things. If you're using the cash inventory method, here's how to keep up with things. So it's really helpful. If you don't have time, you can just say exit out of it. And it's like, all right, I'll come back to it later. And then whenever you go back to the management tab, it's going to pop up again. Once you've read it and you know just kind of how to stay on top of your books, you can say, don't show this message again, and exit out. Okay, so next up, I'm going to log out of this account and move over to a different account just to show some other things in this demo. Is it time for us to do a giveaway, you think?
Well, it's very, very close to that, but I think that we need to give a little bit of a background.
Okay, yeah.
About us first. I need to get back to a comment really quick. Do you want to start on just sharing a little bit of our background?
Yeah, for sure. So if you don't know, my name is Paul, and this is my wife, Faith. What?
I said, hey, guys.
So Faith is the one who has the reselling expertise. She's been a reseller for 7 or 8 years.
Yes.
A while.
8 years. Yep.
8 years.
Mm-hmm.
You sure it's 8?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It might be 9 now, actually. I need to do some math.
I don't think it's
not good.
9.
You don't think it's 9?
I don't think
Oh,
so.
yeah, no. Yep, it's 8 because we've been married for, yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like 8 years.
Yeah.
Anyways, and I have a background in corporate accounting. So when Faith got to her first tax season, it was just terrible. It was so stressful. And I helped her out with a spreadsheet. I was like, okay, put this information here, put that information there, and then we'll be able to figure out your taxes.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was helpful for her. It was really
Mm-hmm.
helpful. And do you want to take over?
Yeah. No, yes, it was, helpful is an understatement. I was so stressed out, guys. My first tax season as a reseller, it was painful to say the least. I was literally getting headaches, and there were many, 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 many tears. And I just kept thinking to myself, like, gosh, there's got to be a better way for this, because not only did I not have like a good solution to track everything, I didn't even know where to start. Like, I needed someone to guide me through what to track and how to track it and stuff. So I'm so grateful for my husband who came in and helped me out with that. And then do you want me to just keep going with how we got here?
Absolutely.
So yeah, that was obviously a while ago. And then fast forward to, was it 2020 when COVID hit? And we looked at each other. We had a little bit of extra time on our hands because of COVID. And at that point, I had been engaging with the reselling community on Facebook, on Instagram, and just kind of seeing that there was just like across the board, so many resellers were saying the exact same thing. They were saying, I don't know how to track my numbers for my reselling business, and it stresses me out to even think about it. And so I looked at Paul, like we were in our kitchen, I will never forget. And I looked at him, I was like, babe, don't you think that we could probably take what you created for me, like jazz it up a little bit, and then share it with the reselling community? Because I'm not the only one who's struggling here. There's so many other people who are struggling. So so that's kind of like how all of this originated. We started out as an Excel spreadsheet, believe it or not. And it wasn't even a difficult to use spreadsheet. Paul's actually an Excel genius. And so he made it super, super easy to use. But with that, we still realized a lot more people, I should say, don't like Excel than do like Excel. So we realized in order to help more of you guys, we needed to create a web app. So here we are today, November 8th, 2024. It has been 3 years since we launched the My Reseller Genie web app. And Trisha says in the chat, y'all have come so far, and it's so true. We've added multiple integrations now. We're working on adding a lot more features, and we do have another feature reveal tonight that we're going to do, if you want to call it a feature, I guess, that we will share with you guys soon.
A feature.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Just to know the technical term. So anyway, here we are, and we're just super, super excited to be here. Also, guys, I just want to acknowledge everybody in the chat. Thank you guys so much for your questions. These are awesome. As soon as we get through the demo and a few more giveaways, we're going to go back and answer all of your questions in order, and this will be recorded. So don't worry, if you have to step out for a second, it will be recorded. So also, Evie is finally here. Evie is our moderator. So thank you so much, Evie. Guys, she's going to just be dropping some helpful links and stuff throughout the night. Giselle says, oh, hey, Giselle, My Reseller Genie is a lifesaver. So, and Patrick says the same thing. That's awesome, guys. Thank you all so much. Okay. Should we do another giveaway before you jump to?
Yeah. Let's do a giveaway.
Okay. What should we do? What should we give away?
Well,
see, Chloe was our last winner. All right, I think that we're going to give away a free month of My Reseller Genie Ultimate Plan. And this is open to anybody. So if you're a current user, you just say #ultimate. Does that work?
Yeah.
All right, guys. So type in the chat #ultimate. Okay. That's going to automatically enter you in to win a free month of the My Reseller Genie Ultimate Plan. The Ultimate Plan, it's like it says, or like it sounds, it's ultimate. It has all the integrations that we currently have, and it will also continue to update with the new integrations that we will be doing. So go ahead and do that. If you guys are over on Instagram, unfortunately, that's the only place where StreamYard and Instagram, like, they don't really speak well to each other. So if you want to come on over and join the giveaway, hop on over to YouTube. Probably the easiest way is just to type in My Reseller Genie on YouTube. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And then go ahead and then drop the word #ultimate in the chat on YouTube. And that will enter you guys for a free month. And this is for current users or for people who are on the fence. They're not sure if they want to, try it out or not. And you guys will just get a free month. No strings attached. You can cancel anytime. Yeah, look at all these entries. This is awesome, guys. And again, guys, we will be getting to all of your questions. Yeah, all of your questions very soon here. I'm just looking at the chat. Yeah, Trish says, I remember when you guys started. So amazing and cool. Trisha, I miss you so much. It's so good to see you here, girl. You're so sweet to spend part of your Friday night here with us. That's awesome. All right.
All right. I think we're getting close to our.
All right, guys. Drop in the chat. #ultimate. Last chance.
Yep.
Free month of My Reseller Genie. 5 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Count.
No, I can count. I was just having trouble.
All right.
Okay.
The accountant can't count.
No, I was having trouble with my fingers.
Oh, okay. Fingers. Goodness.
Jeez.
Oh, honey. Goodness. My poor husband's having trouble. Oh, the old pass is here. Janice. Congratulations, girl. Yes. All right, you just want a free month of My Reseller Genie. Let us know. Are you already a user with us? Is this going to be new for you? Let us know. In order to claim your free month, Evie, our moderator on here, is going to go ahead and just send you instructions. But basically, just shoot us an email at support@myresellergenie.com, and we will get you set up with your free month of Ultimate. We're so excited, especially because we just launched the Mercari integration this week. Woo! So you're going to have lots of automation with that. All right, guys, back to the demo. And again, feel free to keep dropping questions in the chat. We're going to get to those soon. All right, guys.
Yep. All right. So what we're going to do next is run through the tabs in My Reseller Genie, and we'll talk a little bit about what's contained in it. Now, it's a really deep software, so we're not going to go into the weeds too much. Yeah, so let's start off with the management tab. So the management tab is available to everyone. It's like a big picture overview of the business. So the first thing you'll see is this profitability chart, which shows you the last 13 months, shows you your sales, your COGS, gross and net profit. And one of the reasons we have the last 13 months is just so you can see trends over time. And so you can see the same month this time, or the same month last year. So scrolling down, we've got current inventory summary and total sales summary. So current inventory summary, this is going to be blank for you if you don't have inventory with purchase prices attached. So what it's doing is it's showing you the dollar value of your inventory broken out by the department. And then likewise over here, we have revenue broken out by department. Scrolling down, assets to liabilities. So this just shows a couple different assets and liabilities that are tracked in Genie. So your inventory balance is a big one. So you can see over time how your inventory balance is changing. This uses your purchase prices and your purchase dates to calculate that. So it's helpful to know, all right, am I accumulating inventory? Am I losing inventory? Am I staying about the same? Because depending on what your goals are in your business, you might want to be doing any one of those three, but this actually puts the information in front of you so you can see what you're doing. There's also a income tax liability balance. So this is an estimate. This is a feature that Genie has. You can set an income tax rate, and Genie will use that to tell you, okay, based on that tax rate and your profits, here's what you would owe in taxes. So this can be a really helpful thing to just as you're going throughout the year, knowing how much you're going to owe in taxes. When we get to the profit and loss statement, I'll also show you how it's baked in there, so you can use it when you're filing your quarterly tax returns. And then I'm going to just move on to financials report. So this is where all the numbers are that make these charts up. So if you're less of a chart person, more of a numbers person, just scroll down and you'll see the numbers down there. All right. Next up, we got the sales tab. So everyone has the sales tab, but The analytics is only available for the premium and ultimate users. So it's not available on basic. Now, Genie's analytics are really fantastic.
The best on the market.
we think they're really good. And here's why. So with analytics, a lot of the times you'll have just kind of what you have at the top here, which is, these quick filters. And the quick filters are great for getting really quick insights into certain aspects of your business. But they can kind of fall short in some ways because you don't have control over what the quick filters are. Now, with Genie, you can actually filter by any and all data that you're tracking in the system. So what does that mean? Well, let me kind of show you the power of that. All right, so we have a chart up here that's got profit and sales details. So we've got a profit column and a number of sales for all these different departments. Now, right now, it's just not very usable because
it's somewhat helpful, but
there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of things on the x-axis, and if we can drill in further, by the way, we can look at category, subcategory, and brand. And I mean, talk about overwhelming looking at it that way. So in Genie, what you can do is you can actually apply filters down here. So we can say we want items where the item title contains black, and then all the charts up here update. So it's dynamically updated based on whatever you're searching for here. And you can even do compound filters. So if you wanted to say, all right, items that contain black in the title and the department is women, you can filter. And now when you drill into category, it's a lot more useful. And so maybe you say, oh, okay, well, shoes is doing really well from a profit standpoint. So let me go ahead and add that down here. I'll say my category contains shoes. And so now I can drill in my subcategory and brand. So I won't keep going on and on with this and showing different ways to slice your data up, but you can just see the potential here and how you can really dig into your numbers and get insights into where you're making money and maybe where you're not making much money.
Yeah.
Because you don't really want to spend your time on things that don't produce profit.
Yeah. And I'm curious, guys, for any of you guys who are on the chat, maybe right now you're listening and you're not really like on your computer right now, you're just listening from a distance. But guys, I'm just curious if you want to share what if you had to pick a category or a subcategory, what is like your most profitable item? Or I should say, what do you think is your most profitable item? Because I'll just say, guys, as a reseller myself, I used to think that I was profiting a whole lot. And then once I plugged in all the numbers and I took into account like my cost of goods, how much I was paying for inventory, any shipping discounts I was giving, any platform fees, if there were other services that I was paying for, like a cross-posting service, My Reseller Genie, all of that, you have to look at all of that big picture and see how much am I actually profiting. And at first it might be a little bit discouraging to see that number, but that's the starting point to help you to grow, to give you the information and the knowledge that you need to actually make good changes, right? So that you can become more profitable. But yeah, I'm just curious if you're willing to let us know in the chat, like what is a subcategory that is just like really, really profitable for you guys when you sell.
All right, so there's a couple other charts that I haven't talked about on this page. So gross profit by days listed, that breaks up how long it took an item to sell. And shows you the profit. So if you're doing a lot of your profit is coming like 0 to 30 days, that's great. That means you're turning over inventory quickly. Or you might be the kind of business where it's taken 60 to 90 days. None of these metrics are necessarily bad, but it's helpful to know, to kind of set your expectations, and maybe there's adjustments you want to make, like to how you're sourcing inventory. So this can help you drill into that. And then gross profit by platform, that's pretty self-explanatory, just seeing which platforms are providing you the most profit. And if you're using something like a cross-posting tool, it can be helpful to see all these together, because there might be platforms that you wouldn't be on if it weren't for that cross-posting tool. So that might help you to see, oh yeah, okay, so I'm getting a return from like List Perfectly, for example, because I wouldn't have made these however many dollars sales if I didn't have List Perfectly posting to these platforms.
Yeah.
All right.
I just have to really quick. There's a comment over on Instagram. Grams and Pops Vintage, Teresa and Corey. They're saying, or Corey's saying, our most profitable items are whatever Teresa picks up, or at least that's what I'm told. I love it. If you guys are a couple, like if there's two of you guys in the reselling business, let me know that too. I love seeing couples who resell together. So.
All right, and then this last chart it's kind of similar to this one up here, but it gives you some different information. So we have our 0 to 30, 31 to 60, so on and so forth. So like our buckets for how long it takes items to sell. And then we've got number of sales and dollar value of sales. So the green line here is the average sale price. Blue line is the total number of sales. So obviously the higher our number of sales, the more confidence we can place in our average. So this can just be helpful to see, all right, if I'm holding items for a long period of time, how does that impact my average sale price? Because in some cases you might get a higher average sale price, or in other cases you might see, okay, I'm taking a loss. So after 90 days, it's not really going to get better for me. I just need to cut bait and move forward. All right. And that's going to be different from reseller to reseller based on what your inventory is. So last thing I want to cover on this page is just noting that you can track your returns, refunds, cancellations separate from your sales. So this is really helpful for trying to get those 1099Ks to line up with your accounting reports, because if an item gets returned, refunded, canceled, the sale still gets incorporated into your revenue amount. So you want to keep track of that sale and the cancellation or refund separately. Moving forward, inventory tab. So if you selected the cash inventory method, you're not going to have this tab because you don't need it. It's pretty basic. It's just a list of all the items that you have in inventory. Now, one thing I do want to highlight while we're here is just the functionality that's baked into every table in My Reseller Genie. So we talked about filters already, but you can also adjust columns. So if there's a field in Genie that's just not relevant to you, you can say, I don't want to see it. So maybe I'm not using the vendor field. I can filter that out. And I don't want to see the notes field. I can filter that out. You can also change up the order of columns by clicking on them and dragging them. So it's really customizable, which is nice for just making it into your own accounting platform. You can adjust the density of the rows. So if you want to see more at one time, you can make it really compact, or maybe you like having more white space. You can make it comfortable. And last but not least, there's an export button. So all the data in Genie, it's one click away from just being downloaded to a CSV file. So maybe you're a spreadsheet ninja and you want to do some special analysis that's not already in Genie. It's really easy to do because we give you the data in a very friendly format for computers to read, pivot tables.
And if all that sounds like gibberish, don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
That's what I do.
Maybe you just want to back up have a local backup of all your information. It's really easy in Genie. You can just click export and then you've got all of it.
Yeah.
So it's really I think it's really something to be aware of, and the importance of it.
Really quick shout out, Lucas. Thank you so much for the compliment. Lucas says, every time I send an email with a question, I can always count on Paul to answer me back. I've been very happy with My Reseller Genie. Go for the ultimate subscription. Thank you so much, Lucas. And yeah, in a second, we'll just share about our customer service and how important that is to us. But it is very, very, very important. Also, guys, if you're starting to glaze over a little bit, hang in there. We're about ready to answer your questions. We're also about ready to do another giveaway. And when we get to the Reseller Reports tab, which is coming up here soon, we're going to share with you guys a new feature that we are going to be sending your way soon. So, yeah.
All right, cool. So I'm skipping over the cash reconciliation tab because this feature is it's going to be revamped, and it's not something that's really core to what you need to be doing for your accounting. But anyways, expense detail. So it's similar to the inventory tab. There's not charts or anything on this. It's just a list of all your expenses that are not directly attached to a sale. So you can view your expenses here. You can download them, all that good stuff. All right, and then moving forward to the Reseller Reports tab. So reseller, I'm just laughing at myself because I'm getting hung up on details that don't matter.
Oh, sweet. It's okay. This is my very detail-oriented husband, and it's wonderful because that's what will help to make an incredible software, especially accounting software. So you're good, babe. You're good.
All right. So next up, the Reseller Reports tab. So this is where you want to go for reports. The first one that you'll see queued up is the profit and loss statement. Now, if you're not familiar with accounting terminology at all, a profit and loss statement is a report that gives you all of your income and all of your expenses in one place. So as you can imagine, this is very useful for running your business. So in Genie, you can select a period. So if you want to do a month, you can do a month. You can do quarters. You can do an entire year. Or you can do custom if you want to look at a specific date range. So you click Run Report, and then below, like I was saying, you get all your income and then all your expenses in one place. One of the great things about this profit and loss statement is the fact that you can click on any line to view a detail. So if you're seeing a number and it's not really making sense for you, why is that number presented that way? You can click on it, scroll below, and see all the sales that are making up that income number, or all of the expenses that are making up this expense number. You can also run a comparison. So you can compare, 2024 to 2023 side by side with a couple of clicks. And, if maybe you're having a tough month and it could be impacted by seasonality, it might just be helpful to say, okay, what was happening this month last year? And you can run them side by side and see, okay, yeah, buyers kind of slow down at this period of time, and that's normal. Or maybe there's something deeper going on that you need to do more investigating into.
Yeah. So many helpful numbers to look at.
All right. And then I mentioned earlier that we were going to kind of return to the estimated income tax feature. First thing, let me show you where you can edit it. So if you click the gear icon, you can edit it right here. So you'll set it to whatever you want, click save, and then it's updated. Now on your profit and loss statement, you can toggle the calculation on and off. So if you want to see your profit and loss statement without any sort of an estimate for how much tax you would have owed, you just flip that switch and it gets rid of it. But if you do want to see it, you can flip it and then you get a line down at the bottom that says estimated income tax. So if you're doing quarterly taxes, maybe you want to say, all right, Q3 2024, here's my estimated income tax. And let's see what's up next. Inventory report. So this is relevant if you use the accrual inventory method. On your Schedule C, there's 3 numbers the IRS is going to ask for. So that's beginning inventory balance, purchases during the year, and ending inventory balance.
And let me just tell you, it can be a pain to calculate those numbers by yourself.
It truly is.
Yep.
It's the worst.
Yep.
So Genie does it for you.
Woo!
So you don't have to do it. And let's just talk about this equation for a second. If you want to tune out, you can. But so the way the IRS calculates your cost of goods sold, they take the balance at the beginning, they add your purchases during the year, and then subtract the balance at the end, and then that's your cost of goods number. So Genie's doing all this for you, and you can even download a detail of what makes up those numbers. So that's a really helpful thing to have. Every time we file taxes for Faith's business, I make sure we download those details and save them just in case I ever need to reference them again.
Yeah.
Okay. Platform transactions, I'll move past that. That's just can be helpful for like reconciling Genie to a sale platform.
Yeah.
And last but not least, I just want to talk really quickly about the consignment commission report. So one of the things we've incorporated into Genie is the ability to track consignment sales.
Woo!
And how much you'll owe consigners. So
shout out to consignment chats, all the ladies at consignment chats. We love you, girls.
Yeah. So this is like when someone gives you things to sell and you say, okay, I'll give you this percentage of the profits. This helps with that scenario.
Yeah. Let us know in the chat. Do you guys do consignments? Are you even more like, are you thinking more about doing consignments, especially because Poshmark just announced that they're going to be doing, a consignment feature too in their app. So yeah, just, I'm curious.
Yeah. Yeah. So I won't go into all the weeds. Just know that you can set consigners and then you can run a report at the end of the month to see how much of sales was attributed to their items and then how much you owe them. Okay. We made it.
How are you doing, honey?
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
You crushed it. That was great. Let me just tell you real quick too, Corey from Grams and Pops Vintage says, as a former database application developer, woo, that's a mouthful. You guys have done an impressive job. It's one thing to have the data, but making it useful is an art. And I just have to say shout out to you, Paul, because that is very, very true. I have been one, in the past, just like looking at a ton of data and just like, what do you do with this? But with Genie, we've thought through, and so much of this, guys, has been based off of your feedback, right? Because what we do usually is we take your guys' feedback and then we try to bake it into the software. If there's the majority who's asking for this one specific feature, for this one analytics point or whatever it is. And so, yeah, having data is one thing, but making it useful and, information that's going to actually help you to succeed and to grow in reselling is a whole other thing. So Corey, thank you so much for that. Glad to hear that we actually are accomplishing what we set out to do. All right, guys. And with that, we told you guys it's our web appiversary. We're celebrating 3 years today. We're very, very excited about that. And we just launched Mercari integration this week, which is huge. It's always a very, very big deal, guys. When any software launches an integration, there are countless number of hours and dollar bills that have been spent towards creating that integration. So it's a really, really big deal for us. And we're not stopping there. But we have another feature that we want to share with you guys tonight. I'm going to let you do it because you'll be able to explain it better than me.
Yeah. So this is a feature that a lot of folks have requested, and it's a Schedule C generator.
Woo!
So if you don't know what a Schedule C is,
maybe you won't be excited.
Maybe you won't be excited. Yeah. So a Schedule C is for like a single member LLC. It's the tax form that you fill out. Or if you're a sole proprietor, you'd fill that out for your business taxes. So basically our position has always been, all the information you need for a Schedule C is already provided by Genie with the profit and loss statement and the inventory report. But it was, something that a lot of folks were interested in and asking for. So it's something that we're going to be incorporating to fill that need. Because like Faith was saying, we listen to what people are saying, and we try and provide solutions based on that. So thank you guys for telling us things that what
you guys want, what you need,
would like, what you need. Yeah. And we're not done yet.
Yeah. Nope, we're not. We have some other exciting things that we'll be announcing soon in the coming months. But babe, when can they be expecting the schedule seat generator, if you had to guess?
It'll be before the end of the year.
Before the end of the year, guys. So for all of you guys filing your taxes, which should be every single one of you, you guys will have access to a Schedule C in My Reseller Genie within the new year. And again, we had all that information already in the profit and loss reports that we provide in My Reseller Genie. But so many of you guys reached out and were like, hey, the profit and loss is great, but I'd rather, just have a Schedule C. So it's all there. So so we are going to have that for you guys, and we have some other exciting announcements. And again, I really, really wish that we could share it tonight, but Paul's like, no, we need to be patient. So one thing at a time, guys. We're excited to share the Schedule C with you guys. And Bear Kitty and some other people are requesting free cookies.
Cookies sound good.
I'm actually a really, really good baker, guys. I'm about ready to make my world famous, or I should say,
neighborhood famous
pumpkin bread. It is a secret family recipe. And yeah, I could probably get rich off of just selling pumpkin bread. But anyway, maybe cookies. If we ever do like a reseller convention or something like that. Guys, should My Reseller Genie host a reseller
No, can you imagine conference? The stress of transporting all those homemade cookies?
All those homemade cookies.
It's hard enough getting the booth on the plane and everything.
It's very well. No. We would do it here. You guys would come to us,
in
the Annapolis, Baltimore area.
That sounds way more stressful.
Yeah, and it would be. But that'd be pretty cool. Anyway, maybe sometime in the future, guys, we'll do something
shout
like
out to all the folks that organize reseller meetups and conferences. Do you want to talk about Nebraska?
Yes. Yeah. No. So, Corey, did you drop your link? So guys, Graham's Pop and Vintage, Corey and Teresa, they are actually hosting a reseller meetup in Nebraska in the new year. So Corey, can you drop your link in the YouTube chat here, just in case anybody's interested in looking into that? Guys, it's going to be a great time. They did it last year, and it was just a great success. And we've only been impressed with how organized they've been and just how many helpful resources they provide to resellers. It's not just, let's all hang out and have fun. Of course, there is that, but there's also a time of just getting to learn and obviously engage with each other and network and stuff like that. So yeah, go ahead, Corey, please drop that link. And if you're interested in more information, guys, go ahead and check that out. My Reseller Genie is a sponsor. So yes, we're excited about that. All right. Are we done with the demo?
Yeah, we're done with the demo.
We're done with the demo. Okay.
Yeah.
How about we start with a couple of questions and then we're going to do another giveaway.
Sounds like a plan.
Does that sound good?
Yeah,
okay.
Let's roll to the top.
All right, guys. So we are going to be answering your questions now in the order that they came in from. So we're going to go from the very, very beginning. Stick around with us if you can. And if not, this will be recorded. So don't worry about that. And yeah, guys, thank you just so much for spending some of your Friday night with us. We're excited. Let us know, what are you doing right now? Are you listing right now? Are you just watching our beautiful faces on the screen? Are you doing something else? Let us know what you're up to right now. All right, Paul's trying to find the first question here.
Still scrolling.
Yeah, we did have a Facebook user ask if they could buy one of our totes because they had one and then they put their packages in it at the post office and then the post office took their
that's
bag.
so sad.
I'm so sorry. So shoot me an email about that, support@myresellergenie.com. We will get you taken care of. Bridget's doing laundry and listing, watching and cooking. Listing, watching, and eating. That sounds great, Chloe. Trisha's listing. Trisha, what are you listing right now? Do you only do clothes, Trish? I forget.
All right, I found a question.
Okay, great.
Okay, so Patrick Neal says, I sell completely different items on eBay and Mercari. Will the inventory update for both? Yes. Let me share my screen just to show you how to set that up properly. So when you go to the integrations tab, you'll notice there's daily integration sales and fees, daily integration inventory. So I don't have a Mercari account connected here, but let's say it's eBay and Poshmark instead of eBay and Mercari. You'll just have the inventory selected for, and of course I'm not logged in my Poshmark account, so it's giving me some attitude. Yeah, so you'll select that box for both the integrations, and it'll pull in the inventory from both accounts. Great question. All right. Okay, so Nancy Gonzalez, I saw you're asking about one of the institutions. Send us an email and we'll get back to you directly that way. Just because that's like really specific. Okay. Brent says, does MRG download eBay listings as inventory? If so, then wouldn't you have duplicate inventory in MRG, and how do you handle that? Okay, so here's the way Genie handles pulling new listings from eBay. Your new listings from the past day will get pulled and held as pending inventory. Then you get a little notification that says, click here to review pending inventory. All that inventory gets run through a duplicate checker. So we look and see, are there any matching item titles? And are there any items that have matching SKUs? So there's two ways that you can filter out duplicates. Then you get presented with a list of the new items, and you can either say, add this or delete this. So hopefully that answers your question, gives you an overview of how things work. If you have follow-up questions, let us know, and we'll get back to them. All right, so Linda, I plan on cross-posting to Poshmark. Will there be double inventory entries, or will it add Poshmark to current inventory listing?
Great question, Linda.
Okay, so if you're cross-posting to Poshmark, and I'm guessing you're on eBay already, syncing your inventory from eBay, what you'll do is just turn off the inventory syncing from Poshmark, because you will get duplicates coming in, and it's just not a good use of your time to filter out those things manually, because I'm guessing your item titles are going to be different on Poshmark than what they are on eBay.
Yeah.
All right. And Nancy, what if my spreadsheet has both cost and inventory on it? Will that work with the spreadsheet integration? So I don't think I'm understanding what you mean by cost and inventory. Can you just explain a little bit more in detail for me about what your spreadsheet has, and I'll try and provide a good answer for you.
And let me just give you a quick break, Paul. Courtney Dobeck, wow, I can't talk. Courtney Dobeck just hopped in the chat. Hey, Courtney, so good to have you here. Guys, if y'all don't know who Courtney is, she is an accountant who specializes with resellers and their taxes and just all of these things. She's also studying for her CPA. She has studied under a CPA who has helped countless resellers with their taxes and all their accounting needs. So we actually refer folks to Courtney Dobeck. Courtney, can you drop your scheduling? Well, actually, I think Evie has your scheduling link too. So one of you guys, whoever gets to it first, Evie or Courtney, can you guys either drop your website, Courtney, or your scheduling link? But guys, Courtney is a fantastic accountant. Also, one of the things I love the most about her, not only is she very competent and skilled with understanding how reseller taxes and accounting works, but she's very, very down to earth. So if this topic stresses you out like it did me years ago, and you don't even know where to start, Courtney is just a fantastic person. So yeah, definitely, if you're wanting some more help, like if you're wanting some one-on-one bookkeeping help, if you want My Reseller Genie setup help, even though we've made it a lot easier, to get started in Genie, or if you want an accountant to file your taxes for you, she can do all of those things and more. So go ahead and schedule an appointment with her. We dropped the scheduling link there. So
awesome. All right, so we got a question from Aaron. Does your software create a profit and loss statement for end of year based on sales downloaded from eBay, Mercari, Posh, etc.? So yes, we do. And you can even filter based on specific time periods. So it's not just limited to the whole year. It's whatever time you want to look at.
Awesome. And Nancy got back to you with that question. She said, my product spreadsheet has the item description. Oh, is that okay that we do this one?
Yeah, so I'd like to just put it on the screen.
Oh, sure.
So,
okay, you want to wait?
Yeah, so I don't lose my place here.
Okay, Nancy, we will get back to you in just a second. Thanks so much for that, for more information about that. We have to go back and scroll through all the comments, and there's a lot.
So it takes some time.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing another giveaway soon, guys. So we're gonna be giving away another month of Ultimates of our My Reseller Genie Ultimate plan that has all the integrations in it.
All right, so Courtney Johnson, I have a problem understanding the match to inventory process. I noticed during the match process, there's an inventory SKU field and there's also a sales SKU field. Yeah, so hopefully I can get to this screen just to show people what it looks like. So we're all looking at the same thing.
Smart.
All right, I'll try matching these. Great, okay. Yeah, so I believe this is what Courtney's talking about. So if you're using the accrual inventory method, then when your sales get pulled in, you're prompted to review them, and you can match them to items that are in your inventory so that it pulls the inventory information to the sale and removes the inventory from your current inventory list. So Genie will do this automatically. It'll present you matches by the item title. It'll also present matches by SKU. So on this screen, I have a sale with this item title. There's also a corresponding inventory item that has that same title. So Genie has matched them up. And the reason we give the inventory SKU and the sales SKU is so that you have a way to see if it's the item that you're looking for. So in this case here, I don't have any SKUs for either item, but if you do have SKUs, it'll show the SKUs side by side. So if there's a difference, that might be an indication of, oh, this is not a good match, in which case you would not approve it. You would just say, maybe this is a good one, so I'll match this one, and then I'll go to manual sales matching, and I'll search through my inventory to find the right item to match it with. So Courtney, I hope that helps provide some clarity on why those two fields are presented. It's just to help you evaluate and see, was this a correct match or was it an incorrect match?
Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to answer. We actually have a lot of questions, so we're going to answer 5 more as quickly as we can, and then we're going to do a giveaway. Brent says, under the accrual inventory method, does one upload, like a CSV file, all of their on-hand inventory prior to listing, say, on eBay?
Great question, Brent. So there's 2 ways that you can do this. So one way is you can upload the inventory before you list it. And what that'll do is it'll give you more up-to-date numbers faster. Some folks like to add their inventory as they list it because it cuts down on data entry. So like they're having to put the time to list to eBay. And so the thought is, okay, well, might as well have my item title and stuff pulled into Genie, and then I just put in purchase price and purchase date. So both work. The only thing is, if you're adding the items as you list them, you just need to make sure that you list all of your items before you file taxes for that year. And I won't go too deep into that, but that's just to make sure that your inventory balances don't change from when you filed taxes the prior year.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Linda says, how do I print a report for subscriptions that I pay for or all other expenses I input manually?
All right. So let's go to our profit and loss statement again. All right. So the way you'll get a report for whatever your subscriptions are, first thing is you'll need to tag them all with a general ledger account that this is a subscription. So maybe the account is subscriptions or like dues and memberships. And then what you can do is you can click on whatever that general ledger account is that you are using for that. And the detail pops up below, and you can click export, and you get all those in a list. Or if you don't want to like download it to your computer, you can just look through them here. Okay. And then I think you had another question about all other expenses you input manually. So for that, when you're adding expenses, you can attach a bank account So this is kind of like where the expenses were made. So maybe these are like cash purchases that you're doing at yard sales. So you can track them by putting in cash purchase. And then on your expense detail, you can filter for bank account contains cash purchase. And then it'll filter for just that list of those items.
All right, three more questions. Then we're going to do a giveaway, guys.
All right.
Love all of these, guys. And if you have more questions, drop them in the chat. We're going to answer them in the order that they came. Looks like we got a lot of chit-chatting.
Yeah, this is awesome. Awesome engagement.
Oh, yeah, we do need to talk about our customer service, too. I will do that in a minute. Okay, I think Bear Kitty was referring to, is this on all tiers, the Schedule C. So, guys, we just announced, and not to put you on the spot, but somebody is asking so when we release the new feature of adding a Schedule C, which will be before the new year, will that be on all of our pricing tier plans?
Yeah.
Yes, it will. So, and for those of you guys who don't know, we have 3 pricing tiers right now. It starts at $9.99 a month and goes up to $19.99 a month. Very, very affordable, especially when you're comparing us to something like QuickBooks. And you can cancel anytime, 14-day money back guarantee. And we have a coupon code that's live tonight through end of day this Sunday. So just for a couple days, that coupon code is MRG Live 15. Evie, if you could actually drop that in the chat again. I meant the reseller reports. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Evie, if you could drop that coupon code in the chat again, that'd be great. But that's going to give you 15% off of your first month. But yeah, it's very, very affordable, guys. And again, you can cancel anytime. There's no strings attached. You can upgrade, downgrade anytime. But all of the integrations or the automation is only in our ultimate plan, which is the $19.99 a month. And Bear Kitty was actually wondering about all the reseller reports. Yes, all the reseller reports are in all 3.
Except consignment commission. That's not available on basic.
Okay. Yeah. So all the reseller reports are available on all of the plans except for the consignment feature. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. And I saw Bear Kitty actually answered this question, but just in case anyone else had it. So Aaron asked, does MRG pull in eBay's promoted listing fees? Yes, it does. Now, for any fees in eBay that are separate from the sales, so they're not like directly attached to the sale, those get pulled into the expense detail. And for if it's a shipping expense, it'll be tagged as shipping fees. If it's anything else, it'll be tagged as listing/platform fees. And we have articles that talk about like how to reconcile My Reseller Genie to eBay and how expenses work and all that good stuff. But yes, Genie does do that.
All right, what are we down to? 2 more questions, then we'll do a giveaway? Is that right? I think it's 2. All right. Brent says, once you list the item on eBay, does MRG reconcile what it pulls from eBay with what has been imported into MRG from a CSV file?
Okay. So it sounds like you're saying you would be uploading a CSV file with past sales from eBay. And so your question is, oh, wait, no, this is listing. So this has to do with inventory. Okay. So once you list the item on eBay, does MRG reconcile what it pulls from eBay with what has been imported from a CSV? Okay. Now I'm tracking with you. So yes, but we have a duplicate checker. The way that it can identify, oh, this item is already in Genie, there's 2 checks that it runs. So one is the item title. If it has the exact same item title, the listing in Genie as what you list to eBay, then it'll get flagged and say, hey, this is a potential duplicate. And then you can select it and say, yeah, it's a duplicate. Don't bring it in. Or you can use a SKU. So you can create unique SKUs for your items. And then when they get added into Genie, Genie looks at the SKU from the new listings, compares it to what's in your inventory and says, okay, these are duplicates, or these look like duplicates. Do you want to add or remove? Great question.
Yeah, these are great.
All right. And I think this is also about the Schedule C. Will it have
Yes.
adjustable fields?
Mm-hmm.
So Yes, because in Genie there's the option to add custom general ledger accounts. There's going to be some degree of mapping that's required. So I'd actually be interested if you have something specific in mind, shoot us an email with what you're thinking.
Yeah, let us know.
Because this is still in the concept phases, so it's very much so fungible.
Oh, what a fun word.
Yeah, it is a fun word.
All right, guys. And with that, we still have some other questions to get to, but we're going to do a giveaway like I promised. We are going to give away a free month of My Reseller Genie Ultimate. And this is going to be a little bit different. Some of you guys aren't going to like this, but I only want people, and this is going to be a,
Oops.
oh no, did you just run it again? I only want folks who are not currently using My Reseller Genie. There might only be a couple of you on here, so we'll see. But only, so if you do not use My Reseller Genie right now, you are allowed to enter this, and this is going to be an honor system because, yeah, please be honest here. So how about you do hashtag newbie in the chat, but hang on just 1 second until we launch that. Hashtag newbie in the chat, and yeah, go ahead. And that will enter you into the drawing to win a free month of My Reseller Genie Ultimate. And hopefully we have some folks in here who are interested in a free month. Oh, good. We at least have one entry, so one person will win. But yeah, again, if you are, if you're not using My Reseller Genie yet, go ahead, enter in hashtag newbie for your chance to win a free month of our ultimate plan. And I just have to say, guys,
Good odds right now.
Yeah, it's very, very
good odds.
Yeah, Trisha says lucky butts. That's very true. All right, good. We're up to 5 entries. Yeah, guys, look, there's nothing here to lose. You don't even have to. Well, I mean, I hope that you do redeem it because this is a fantastic, fantastic offer. But there's no strings attached here. Hashtag newbie in the chat. If you don't use My Reseller Genie yet, we want to give you a free month of our ultimate plan, which is the highest tier, has all the integrations. And with that, we're going to do 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. I feel like we should kiss.
1.
We are married, by the way, in case you're just joining. Okay.
We got to give a couple seconds delay just because
okay. Yeah.
There's a lag on the stream.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Who's it gonna be? Lad, congratulations. You won a free month of our ultimate plan. Evie's going to drop instructions in the chat for you, but basically shoot us an email, Lad, at support@myresellergenie.com so that we can get you set up with your free month of our ultimate plan. We are super excited for you. We think you're going to love it. And yeah, congrats, guys. We will do another giveaway before the night is over. We have a few more questions, I think, to get to. Oh, good. And you were able to keep your place. That's awesome.
Yeah, how about that?
All right. Aaron says, do you integrate with OfferUp?
Yeah, so we do not integrate with OfferUp right now. But in Genie, you can track your sales from any and all platforms.
Yeah,
that includes if you, like, maybe you have an antique booth or something, you can add custom platforms. So there's integrations. That's where you can actually have your data pulled in from the platforms. Then there's a list of platforms in Genie that you can just manually report sales to. And if there's a platform that's not included in our list already, you can just add a custom platform. So you'll be able to track your OfferUp sales. It just won't be as seamless as eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. Yeah,
but that's really, really important because we knew that in the beginning, like we didn't just want to make our software compatible with like 3 selling platforms. Like we wanted it to be compatible with any and all selling platforms. So just know that you can do that. Bridget says, regarding integrations, how do you decide which platform to offer next? Do you look at number of transactions? I actually sell more on Depop than Mercari.
Yeah, so Bridget, a lot of it has to do with what we hear from users. Yeah, and we do our best with selecting what's going to help the most number of people. But we got a lot of things on our on our to-do list.
We do, yeah. But sometimes we poll people in our Facebook users group too. I will go ahead and drop the link to that. If you're a current user of My Reseller Genie, we have a Facebook group that's dedicated to answering your questions and just, interacting with other Genie users and stuff. But we really do, like, a lot of our, the new integrations that we offer are driven off of what our customers, the majority, I should say, of what our customers are asking for.
Nice. All right. So Dave, what's up, Dave? How to price items when you buy a storage locker. So this is a great question. And actually, Dave, I think there's a thread in the Facebook users group where some folks have shared their strategies. So I'd check that out if you haven't seen it already. But what I typically recommend people do is, the first thing you need to do is figure out how many items are in the locker. And if you enter it into My Reseller Genie as just one item and put your total purchase price and the total quantity, that can save you a lot of time. And if you assign a SKU to it, so like a unique SKU to that storage locker purchase, then whenever you list something on eBay, attach that SKU. And so then when it sells, you can match it to that inventory item that has all the purchases from that storage locker, and it'll default to averaging the purchase price per item in the locker.
Also, our coffee pot is making really funny sounds right now. So in case you're wondering, it's not Paul's stomach.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
No, I fed you tonight. I fed you dinner.
All right. So not cross-listing yet. Well, I need another program to work with MRG. No, you will not. So with Genie, our goal is to give you an all-in-one accounting solution. I will say that sometimes it helps to have a spreadsheet software, but you don't need Excel. You can definitely use Google Sheets to view and edit files. And also some people, just can't even really get the benefits of using a spreadsheet software because they're just not familiar with it. So if that's where you're at, that's totally fine. And you can just use Genie as is.
Awesome. While Paul is finding the next question, I just wanted to really quickly share about our customer support. We are very, very passionate about helping our customers, not just with creating a great software and then just leaving you guys with the software and not interacting with you guys. As you can see, we're here tonight. We do many of these lives throughout the year. We actually have another one that's coming up in February with Courtney, the accountant, where we're going to be answering any tax-specific questions. So, if you're freaking out about taxes and stuff, we're going to be here for you guys live. It will also be recorded where we can answer all of your tax questions for y'all. But we are very, very responsive. We're very engaged in social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. You can follow us there. And then if you guys have questions, our email support is dynamite. We always answer questions within 24 hours. And that you will usually hear from Paul or myself. But we are dedicated to our customers and we really, really care. So, if one of the things that you're hesitant about, like with signing up with My Reseller Genie is, oh no, will there be help? Yes, absolutely. We're here to help you. We also have a fantastic help center with articles that will walk you through, and video tutorials that will walk you through from start to finish on how to use all the features of Genie.
Yeah. All right, so Nancy, thanks for providing some more detail on your earlier question. So Nancy was asking about basically how to upload her inventory based on how her spreadsheet's currently set up. Gotcha. So my product spreadsheet has the item description, sizes included, quantity, date of purchase, date item was purchased, cost of item, SKU number, and total quantity, quantity available, and quantity sold. All right, so you have some great information in your spreadsheet. With so like the way it differs from Genie is you kind of have your sales and your inventory tracked in the same place. So what you'll need to do is, if an item has sold, that'll be split to a separate spreadsheet for sales, so you can upload your sales. Now, if you have an item that has multiple quantities, so like say there were 4, you sold 2, you have 2 in stock. It'll be the same thing. You'll need to separate them out. For purchase price in Genie, because it sounds like you're using the item price like as a unit instead of the total purchase price of your inventory. So in Genie, our purchase price field is the total purchase price for whatever that inventory is. So if you have a per unit price, then just multiply that by however many you have in stock to give Genie the purchase price. I hope that answers your question. If you have follow-ups, let me know.
Yeah. All right, guys, we are getting to the end. Drop those questions in the chat if you have any more before we close out. We're going to do another giveaway. Should we do a Genie tote, like another bag, or should we do another free month of Ultimate? The free month of Ultimate will be open to anyone, so current customers as well as prospect customers. Let us know in the chat which one you guys want. Okay, question. If we pay and not use it. All right, next question. Oh, people want the free month. Oh, Lad wants a chance at the tote. Lad, you already won something. No, I'm just kidding. We had somebody who won 2 things at another giveaway that we did or something. So. All right, Teacher Treasure Chest says, doesn't the Schedule C have your utilities cost, which isn't tracked by MRG?
Yeah, so there's certain deductions that can be added to your taxes, and for the Schedule C generator, we'll basically just ask you what is X, and then you'll put that in, and that's how it'll populate into the Schedule C generator.
All right, we're winding down. Okay, it looks like DJ Holcomb has a question.
Now, I was assuming for utilities, I was assuming that you meant like deducting part of it as part of a home office. So it looks like there was a conversation with Bear Kitty about just straight up utility bills for the business. So that's a different scenario. So I made an assumption there, which was inaccurate. Okay. DJ Holcomb, how critical is it to your bookkeeping to match individual items back to large lots that you purchased? Is it really just more important to track how much you are spending on the lots? So DJ, this great question. This is kind of like the most foundational question for reselling businesses, which is how do you account for your inventory? So if you're using the accrual inventory method, it's very important that you're tracking the inventory over time, because you can't report the expense until the item sells. And the way the IRS has you report the expense is by reporting inventory balances, and then it calculates from those balances to get your cost of goods expense. Now, if you're using the cash inventory method, then you report the expense when you buy it. And so if you're using the cash inventory method, then it's not part of your accounting process to match individual items to lots. So good question.
We're winding down, guys.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
There's no more right now.
No more questions. So we're going to do a giveaway. If you have any last minute questions, pop them in the chat. Now's your time. But also you can email us anytime as well. And we will get back to you with answers for those. Okay, yes, free month. Everybody's asking for a free month except for Lad. He wanted a bag. I'm sorry, Lad. If everybody was asking for a bag, we would do a bag. Okay, what should we do? Should we do hashtag good night? Does that work?
Yes.
Hashtag good night in the chat. Wait until we, hang on, just wait a second. Wait till we start collecting comments. All right.
We're spelling it the right way.
We are live right now.
Not N-I-T-E.
Yes, thank you. You're so thoughtful, honey. Consider. All right, guys, drop in the chat right now. Hashtag good night. One word. And that will enter you into the drawing to win a free month of our ultimate plan. That's our highest tier. It has all the integrations, including our newest, most recent integration with Mercari that we just launched this week. And again, you can cancel anytime. You can downgrade if ultimate is just more than what you need, which we don't think it will be because, automation is just a wonderful thing. But you can downgrade if you want to. And yeah, guys, have at it. All right, 18 entries. How many people are in here? 35. Guys, there's still 14 of you guys who haven't entered. Hashtag good night in the chat if you would like to be entered to win a free month of our ultimate plan.
Yeah, some folks ask me, when does it make sense to move to ultimate? And my answer would be, okay, whatever plan you're on, take the dollar value difference between that plan and ultimate, and then figure out how much time you spend on manual entry, and then figure out what your hourly rate would be to justify that extra expense. So if you're spending, 5 hours a month on manual entry and you could save 4 hours a month by switching to ultimate, is it worth an extra $10 a month? Is your time worth more than $2.50 per hour?
That's a great point, honey. Mr. Accountant right here. All right, guys, last chance. Hashtag good night in the chat if you want to be entered to win a free month of My Reseller Genie Ultimate. Guys, tax season is right around the corner. And if you don't have a bookkeeping system in place, now is the time. I promise you, you're not going to regret it. If anything, you're going to regret not having started sooner. And we actually get that a lot. Happy Pickers over on Instagram. Hey, Lori, it's so good to see you over there. I'm starting to lose my voice, guys. I'm still recovering from a cold. Oh, good. No, Lori's over here on YouTube too. Ultimate is worth every penny. Yes. Bear Kitty says, I've been on Ultimate since I signed up. Never thought about switching. Yes, that is what we like to hear, Tim. All right, guys, last chance. Hashtag good night in the chat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now we're going to draw it.
We're gonna give a 3-second delay.
Oh, 3 seconds. Oh,
yeah,
right.
just so the countdown's accurate. For
I see what you're doing now. Okay, that makes sense. All right, who's it gonna be? Who's gonna win?
Mac 22.
Mac 22. Congratulations. Are you currently using Genie? I don't recognize your username, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Congrats. Go ahead and shoot us an email to support@myresellergenie.com to claim that free month. We will get you all set up with that. If not tonight, we will reach out to you tomorrow, but go ahead and email us with that, and we will do it. Guys, any other last minute questions? We are here for you guys, but this will be left on our YouTube channel. You can also email us at any time with questions that you have. We are here for you guys. What are you laughing about?
Bear Kitty.
He's
like, this stream just got PG-13.
Oh, sorry. Dude, we're married.
Okay. Still PG-13.
Yeah. Okay, just a little kiss. All right, guys. I think that's it. Congrats to all of our winners. If you won something tonight, shoot us an email.
Yeah, congrats to the winners. Thank you guys for hanging out with us on a Friday night.
Yes.
It's been fun. And if you have any questions that as soon as live finishes, you're like, oh, I didn't ask that. Shoot us an email, support@myresellergenie.com.
Yeah.
And we'll get back to you.
Yeah, guys. All right. Have a wonderful night. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. See you guys.